We are no fools on the heat. My people are no fools on the heat. You must let my people go, so we can rule from Cape to Cairo. You must free my people's hands, so we can rule our purpose land. Oh, I wanna know who owns the land. Who wanna know who owns the land? Okay, now listen carefully. Chinese are ruling the Chinese land. Japan is ruled by Japanese. England is governed by Englishmen. America is governed by Americans. So, Africa must be ruled by Africans. Oh, I wanna know who owns the land. We must rule from Cape to Cairo. We must rule our purpose land. I say, we want to know who owns the land. Oh, I want to know who owns the land. Hustler. Hey, Papa Hustler. Papa Hustler. Papa Hustler. Angola wants to know who owns the land. Mozambique want to know who owns the land. Namibia want to know who owns the land. I say, Somalia want to know who owns the land. Zimbabwe want to know who owns the land. African freedom fighters want to know who owns the land. Oh, Papa Slam. Now listen to the history. We've been here since creation. We've been here since creation. Since the time of sun and sand. Since the time of moon and stars. Since the time of air and sea. Since the time of men and things. We must rule from Cape to Cairo. And then we must rule our purpose land. Purpose land. Oh! Okay now. Now I want to talk to my people. Iradanila, oh, I will know. Yeah, Iradanila, oh, I will know. Now we are the crossroads. On the Femo, double. On the Femo, double. Open the Mega Baba. Yeah, open the Jackson Yalaga. Open the Mazizania Vetoria. on the heat. My people are no fools on the heat. You must let my people go, so we can rule from Cape to Cairo. You must free my people's sons, so we can rule our purpose land. I wanna know who owns the land. Who wanna know who owns the land? Okay, now listen carefully. Chinese are ruling the Chinese land. Japan is ruled by Japanese. England is governed by Englishmen. America is governed by Americans. So, Africa must be ruled by Africans. I wanna know who owns the land. We must rule from Cape to Cairo. We must rule our purpose land. I say, we want to know who owns the land. I want to know who owns the land. Hustler. Hey, so hustler. But hustler. But hustler. Must be free. Angola wants to know who owns the land. Mozambique want to know who owns the land. Namibia wants to know who owns the land. I said, Soweto wants to know who owns the land. Zimbabwe wants to know who owns the land. African freedom fighters want to know who owns the land. Papa's land. Now listen to the history. We've been here since creation. We've been here since creation. What is wonderful? Since the time of sun and sand. Since the time of moon and stars. Since the time of air and sea. Since the time of men and things. We must rule from Cape to Cairo. Now we are the crossroad. On the Femo, London. On the Femo, London. Opalimu meya baba. Opalimu jasu yalaka. Opalimu zizanya betonye. The music of Sonny Okosun, Ozidi.
Hi, I'm Rex Moore with the Motley Fool in front of...
Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to the Joe Brown Idele-Ero show, happening live on Facebook and on every Saturday, 11:30 to like 1 p.m. or whenever we get done with the show. But it starts at 11:30 Central Time, US and Canada, and it is 5:30 and 5:30 and on UK and Nigeria time. So, but if you know your time, please check it and join us every Saturday for this show. Sometimes we also have a midweek show. It depends on the demand, you know. So basically, we are about to start the show, and I have already with me today to join me on the show as a member of I mean, the crew members. One of them is already here. I also have my great brother, Ronnie J, from the UK. Ronnie J, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
Okay. And I also have with me uh, on the show, I have my brother, also a frequent member of this show from all the way from Sweden, Efenefo Egbon. Efenefo Egbon, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, sir. God bless you all for listening.
All right. Okay, so my brother Egbon, we were here together on Wednesday, and we talked about many things that preceded the election that happened in Edo State. That is the election of the governor, the re-election of the Governor Baseki, who has now been re-elected. We talked about many things, and we promise to continue today on that discussion. So we're here today. Let me first of all ask my brother Ronnie J from the UK. Mr. Ronnie J, the election, you were in London while the election was going on, and I'm sure that you monitored it pretty much. So, what do you think? What do you think that motivated the people to vote en masse to re-elect the governor? Mr. Ronnie J.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much, and do excuse me. I'm actually in the house, and the family walking around, cooking, and trying to make us some dinner. So that's good. Thank you for having me. Can you hear me? I hope everyone can hear me. My name is Ronnie Jacobs, and also nice to meet the gentleman Efenefo. Hope you can hear me. Just wave. Mr. Joe Brown, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
I think the election was, I think the only word I can use to explain it is liberating. Liberating in the sense that it was like you're waiting to excel. It's like, oh, finally, you know, that's the way I think I can describe it. And it was just, I hope during the course of this conversation and people who are watching, the election wasn't really about Izeyamu and Obaseki to me and to the people in diaspora and in the UK here and my friends that we have that conversation with. The election was more about breaking away from strongholds, breaking away from being told what to do and being restricted and fear and strangulation and slavery and depression. The whole election was more psychological than physical, you know. So I think that's where, I don't know how it happened, but somehow, somewhere, the whole thing just turned to like a psychological election. Like people just wanted to break free from the shackles. And I think that's why you could see people were crying after the victory and just jubilating and going mad because they just felt liberated, you know. And this wasn't the fault. It wasn't like they were liberated from Pastor Isaiah. I mean, it wasn't that. It was just liberated from the oppression and the oppressiveness that we have been feeling for so long. That's my feeling.
Well, thank you so much. I think that's exactly the way many people feel about
about the election, you know, and that was the opinion of many. And believe me, it is quite a revolution that has just begun with our state, Edo State, being the heartbeat of Nigeria. If you are just tuning in, this is the Joe Brown Idele-Ero show happening live on Facebook. Please join us and share with your friends. This is a very, very important show. This is the only show that brings out the truth position of things. You know, whatever topic we are discussing, you are guaranteed to get the truth, the background, the truth, the fundamentals. Everything comes out here on the Joe Brown Idele-Ero show. Tomorrow is my birthday. Tomorrow is my birthday, the 27th of September.
Wow, happy birthday to
That's right.
you.
Well, thank you.
Happy birthday
Happy
to
birthday.
you. Ah, you kept that one quiet. We should be busting champagne on this show. Now, this is a show of coffee.
Happy birthday to
Well, thank you. Basically, I appreciate that. You know, we should be popping champagne, like you said. It is okay, but the thing is, I have to do what I have to do. After I do my show today, I may probably arrange, you know, a little thing for myself, and I just hope that my friends and my fans worldwide will join me today, you know, to start the birthday celebration. You know, I was just chipping that in for everybody to know that tomorrow is my birthday. I said it on my blog way back, maybe about a couple of months ago or some few months ago, preceding the campaign, when I joined the Obaseki campaign that I was solidly behind him. I told people that September, that was scheduled for the election, is my birth month. And because of that, I'm very positive that I'm not going the wrong way. So, and truly, God, you know, actually decided the people were just overwhelming. You know, they decided that the way to go is the new revolution that I started in Nigeria by re-electing Governor Godwin Obaseki and his deputy Philip Shaibu to show that Godfatherism is dead and buried, and that's how it's going to continue nationwide. So now, my brother Efe Nefo Egbon, you know, you have been with us. You have been with us in this show. You know, continuously. You were with us on Wednesday. We talk about a lot of things, and that is also going on. People are viewing it both on Facebook and YouTube. So now I'm going to ask you, based on what our brother Ronnie J just said, what do you think the reason was for the people to vote en masse, to re-elect the governor and his deputy? What do you think was the reason? What was the motivating factor behind it? FNFO?
Yeah, thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I think it's a whole lot. And it also boils down to the fact that, you know, looking at the background and where the democracy is coming from, and how we have run the democracy in our country and in our state. So, you know, I get to see that when things have been accumulated for so long, everybody will be waiting for a particular time for the, you know, when the outpost is going to happen. So I think that's pretty what happened in this election, because there has been a lot of accumulated, you know, insanity, you know, accumulated, you know, discrepancies, you know, accumulated misappropriation, accumulated mismanagement of government. You know, in any way you're going to look at it from, there has been so much, you know, the people have bared a lot, the people have been so patient, and you know, when it actually came to this time, we now saw a different template from the governor Obaseki, and people felt a sign of relief that this is actually a new reign that is reigning in Edo State, and people started keying into this agenda because it is, you know, we started seeing a different dimension from what we have been used to. Because what we have been used to, we have been complaining about it, but there hasn't been any change because no, there wasn't anybody to change it. But the time came that because Godwin Obaseki, just came out from the blues, and nobody really expected the dimension, and people started seeing a new template, and this new template, triggered the whole population, triggered Edo State, and people key into this new template and said, "What? This can happen if this actually." Can really happen. So what has been holding it? So let's get down to business. And everybody came into it. All of a sudden, when everybody is already, when we all are getting happy and getting a new template, someone came out as an entity to try to thwart that effort, to try to stop it, to try to make sure that this government doesn't continue. This is the way, this is what really rose all the anger in everybody, both home and diaspora, everywhere, all over the globe. And everybody was angry. We that are living in diaspora, when we're looking at this thing, it's like we are very angry. If we could just lay hold on the person that is trying to thwart this government, we could strangle that person. So that was why we decided to support Obaseki, come rain, come sun, to stand and say, this is injustice. An injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. We will not allow this to happen to, a good and democratic system, because the government is about the people, not the individual. When the godfathers are complaining, you should know that there is, this is a positive sign. But when the people are complaining and the godfathers are happy, that is a bad system. So in this time around, the godfathers were complaining and the people were happy. So this is the first time the godfathers are crying and the people are happy. And the government is supposed to be a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. That's what democracy is all about. So this is the same thing. Immediately we started seeing this thing. This is the first time since I was born, I already actually saw that diasporas all over stood up and said, you know what, let's hold the bull by the horn. And that is why everybody decided to support Obaseki. There has never been a time that diaspora have supported like this we did now. So when he was eventually disqualified from the from the primary, a sitting governor, how you have to disqualify a sitting governor from the primary, a governor that you said he was very credible, was the most efficient, and was the most viable person, and all of a sudden he became the bad egg, and these people couldn't take it for granted, So when he was eventually disqualified, we started this revolutionary movement, like, wherever he goes, we go with him. And that was the driving force, that was the driving factor. And we decided to move with him to what, and he eventually he went to PDP. And we said, oh, what? That's it. If he goes to any party, we are with him. So we're there in PDP with him, and that's what actually brought about this, this revolution. I think we did it, and we are proud that we did it. That's what happened, and I couldn't have supported the government to this extent, and I wouldn't have been more proud about myself than the way I am now, because I supported a system that I could be proud of. So that's pretty what I can say for now.
Oh well, thank you, my brother, Fidefo Egmo. You have been very, 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 very.
You're on mute, Joe Brown. You're on mute at the moment. Unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yes.
I got you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I forgot about that. Mr. Egbon, we talked about a little bit of this last Wednesday, which was the midweek show on the Idele-Ero show right here, happening live. Now, everything that you just said is being trending all over the place in Nigeria, in the diaspora, and everything. There is no man that will say that he is God. When the people have spoken, that is it. Actually, I don't know, I may be wrong, I'm not a preacher, when they say the voice of man is the voice of God. So that's exactly what happened in this case. So definitely it is this is a divine, decision. God has actually spoken through the people that, yeah, the people, you know, their voices got to be heard. They are the one to decide who to govern them. So on that note, I'm going to bring back in our brother Ronnie to speak on maybe the way forward. Now, Nigeria have decided, Edo State actually have started what I call a silent revolution towards actualizing the real democracy in Nigeria. Because what we have been experiencing and witnessing is being, oh my God, I just can't describe it because it has been characterized with all kind of, you know, imposition, godfatherism, nepotism, selfishness, and all that. Because I know that when the people speak their voice, when they come up with their own voice, that means they know what they want, and that is how they want, you know, them to be governed. So, Mr. Ronnie Jacobs from the UK, the way forward, like I said, do you think this is a good idea that has started in Edo State, the habit of Nigeria, going forward in other states to copy so that we can have, you know, a real democracy in Nigeria? Mr. Ronnie J.
I've always advocated for something, and I think this would be a good platform for me to express that. You know, what has happened at the moment is there's been a change in the dynamics, but this change cannot be effective if we that are the diasporas sit back and don't invest in our local communities. There was once a saying that said, it is not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And I'll say this, and diasporas that are watching now be, how can I take my money and go and put my money in Nigeria? When all the things that are happening, people will eat my money, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, we cannot develop our community. We cannot develop Edo State or Nigeria without public and private partnership. The government is the people. We, the people, are the ones that have enough resources to change our community, no matter where your state or country is in Africa. So the question needs to be asked. Because if you look at the new governance, the new way of governance now is, what can the government do to make the economy viable and attractive for investors to come and invest? Then if you flip that round, what can we do as diasporas to make the economy viable for us to come and invest? Put it two ways. I believe, and I think this is correct, that Edo State has the highest number of diasporas around the world. When people started immigrating from Nigeria, Edo State was had the highest number of people leaving the country. There is hardly any country you go to around the world that you won't find somebody from Nigeria. Now, put that in context. We all are abroad. Fortunately for me, I run a charity and we are heavily invested in Africa. But one of the biggest challenge I see is that we are all saying, oh, Obaseki has won. The Cross River State guy has won. The River State governor has won. Different states are, democracy is gradually reforming. I know that there's problems with security. I know that there's problems with light. I know there's problems with trust. I know there's problems with crime. But we need to begin to impose onto the government. Let's start with Edo State, for example. The Edo State government is saying, listen, I want to make Edo State conducive to invest in those countries, in my state. Number one, he took away CDA. Now, that CDA, people might look at it and say, ah, it's not a big thing. Trust me, that's a massive difference in terms of attracting investors to the state. Number two, he's trying to maintain security. Now, I watched a program sometime whereby one guy said he put a proposal to the governor for the governor to make him in charge of security of the state. Now, that is not viable for international investors. If I was going to put £10 million in an investment in a Dole state, I want to make sure that the police are in charge of my security and in charge of my building. So the challenge that we should be asking ourselves now over the next 4 years is, we that are jubilating and happy that Obaseki has won, what are we going to do to invest and partner with the government to move the state forward? The song says, Edo must move forward, yeah, move forward, yeah, backward never, yo. But if we don't collaborate with the government, the state is going to slow down. Because if you look at everything that the government is doing, in Edo State in particular, is partnering with people, joining hands with private partners to develop the state. We don't have the revenue. The days of putting your hand in the government box and government building hospitals, government building schools, government building roads, government building... Listen, those days are gradually fading away. It is now time for the private individuals, we that are in diaspora, we that have the resources and have the intellect and have the business, to say, listen, let's try this governor. Let's go and let's try this governor. Let's test the man. Let's put him under pressure to say, listen, I have the money to invest, the desire to invest. You make it visible and viable for me to invest. Put him under that pressure. That's the way forward. Thank you. I have more to say, but I want to pause for now. We can't hear you. Unmute your microphone, Joe Brown. We can't hear you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ronnie J from UK. I was just going through the chat, people who joined the show. I want to appreciate Mr. Friday Igbino here, and I also appreciate my sister Patience Irabo, and I have one Amaka Umba Ogunedo. Thank you so much for joining the show. Your opinion here is kind of tallying with what my guest saying. You see, Amaka Umba says that the Reverend Father predicted that Governor Obaseki will be re-elected. That's what I'm just reading live on the chat on Facebook. That he will be re-elected because of the fact that the man is paying civil servants and all that stuff, you know, and also that the wife is a blessing and all that. You know, thank you so much. Part of the responsibility of a government is taking care of the people, you know. Why we actually, I can't get it. Those of us who are in the diaspora, we cannot stay. How are you going to work at the end of the, you know, the pay period, you don't get paid? No, that will create, it will create a lot of trouble, you know, in that establishment. The same opinion is from my sister, Patience Irabo. I said that there are so many factors responsible for the re-election of Governor Obaseki, which also tally with what my audience, I mean my guest right here, they're talking about. So everybody is saying the same thing. Taking care of the people is what matters in government, not yourself. What they call selflessness, you know, selflessness. You coming into governance is a privilege, you know. I mean, the people give you the privilege by voting you in, and hoping that, with the hope that you will be able to take care of their wishes and aspirations. So with that being said, that is the main reason why people are voted in. But some people, the way it has always been in Nigeria, I can tell you now, if you, I mean, you can go ahead and dispute that, but if you wish, there are many people, it may not be all of them, some of them may be doing well, but so many people have been into power without, you know, realizing the reason why they are there. They don't take care of the people. They go there for selfish reasons. what Nigerians would call a stomach infrastructure. That's what they go out there to do. And that is so disappointing, you know. So the people you are expected, I mean, they are expecting a lot from you, and therefore you should be able to give them, you know, that satisfaction. Okay, Mr. Coming back to my guest in the studio, Mr. Efunefo Emo. Um, you are pretty much in touch with your people at home, friends, family, and all that stuff. And I know you go home all the time is because of the pandemic that has kept a lot of us back in the diaspora. Now that the governor has been re-elected, we're going to talk about something different now. The president of the nation of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, he is also the leader of APC. After the election, he congratulated the winner, who is now on the opposite side. They used to be in the same party. Governor Basaki used to be the APC until somebody, you know, who used to be the chairman of the APC decided to use his to misuse his power by you know, disqualifying the governor, who quickly found a way to another platform to contest the election. Now the president has congratulated the governor. The chairman, actually the working committee of APC, collectively they have congratulated the governor-elect. And the chairman of APC also in Edo State with the leadership has congratulated the governor. The palace of our revered Oba of Benin, you know, Omonoba Nedoku Akpolopolo, Oba Eware II of Gidigan, has equally congratulated the governor-elect. And then one of the very, very close associate of the opponent, who is the money by the probably, as people would target, that it was the financier of this particular campaign for Pastor Osagie Yamu. I'm talking about Captain Hosa Okumbo, has you know, humbled himself and congratulated the governor for the re-election. What is stopping the opponent, he said, the challenger, the main challenger of the election, Pastor Osagie Yamu, from coming out to congratulate the governor for having that overwhelming victory? Mr. Ifonefo Ebo.
Yes, thank you very much. In my own opinion, I think all the movers and shakers of the society, the custodian of the country, you know, the leader, who happened to be the president, if he has congratulated, and the king of Edo, our Oba, has also congratulated, and Captain Osa and you know, all the stakeholders have done that. If the main actor who
looks like we are experiencing some
contested the election under a party to him refused to come to elect. I think that should be a person, or I can say maybe person, you know, sit there and have anything to lay hold file.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, sir. It looks like we just.
What's wrong?
Let me see.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you clear. I think just the network.
Yeah, hello, sir. It looks like we just have another guest joining us. I think I heard the voice of
whatever
Ambassador Matthew. Wife, is that you, sir?
Matthew and Chris, if they can mute your microphone,
the
please,
president
until they call you. Mute
Can
your
you hear
microphone,
me,
please.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. My camera is not working. That's why I couldn't join you on time. I'm so sorry.
Okay, that's fine. No problem. We can deal with that. No problem, sir.
Okay.
And I have Chris.
Okay.
Chris, let me see.
Can you please hear me? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Mr. Egmont, go ahead. You were talking.
Hello. Okay. What I was saying is that if the president can congratulate the
I think because Mr. FA is actually in the train, so the network is breaking.
Okay. Well, let me see. All right, Mr. Egmont, I think we're having some network issues from your side. Hopefully that will be rectified. I'm going to bring in our brother from Tanzania. Thank you, Mr. Egmont. Okay, let me see if we can get our brother from Tanzania, the Ambassador Matthew Uwaifo, who just joined us. He said he has been having some trouble with his device. Mr. Egmont, the topic on ground here is the election has come and gone, and we are talking about the response from the people of Nigeria. The people of Nigeria, the president himself has congratulated the winner, and many people from different quarters have congratulated Governor Obaseki, including the chairman of the state party, APC in Edo State. The National Working Committee has congratulated him. President Buhari has done so. Even Captain Hossa, who was a very close associate of Pastor Sage Izeyamu, has congratulated Governor Obaseki as well. So we try to find out what is holding Pastor Sage Izeyamu from doing the same thing. Ambassador Uwaifo, please.
Good evening, viewers. My apologies. Network problems in Tanzania and the device. So please forgive me. What you just asked is this. I think in this equation right now, Izeyamu is irrelevant. Whether he accepts the governor or he doesn't send congratulatory message,
yes, sir,
is not important. What I must point out to all of us is this.
Okay. All right.
The candidate, that is Izeyamu, is not his name on the ballot. The name on that ballot is the APC. That's the name on the ballot, the APC. And since the president, who is the leader of the APC, has congratulated the governor, and the select committee for their national convention, the chairman, Mai Malambuni of governor of Yobe State, has congratulated the governor, and the state APC has sent their congratulatory message. That's all that is needed. Whether Izeyamu congratulates the governor, he doesn't congratulate the governor, I don't see what people are getting worked about, because it's irrelevant. It is the party's name on the ballot paper, not the candidate's name. So the party holds supreme. So since the party has already congratulated the governor, I think that for me, that's the end of the matter, both under the constitution of the APC and the constitution of Nigeria and the INEC guidelines. That's what I think.
If you don't mind me asking, Mr. Matthew, good evening. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hear you.
Okay, I just want to ask a different question from. I think from your voice, it sounds familiar, like the gentleman who did this very good video about Bola Tinubu. Am I correct?
Yes, I'm the one.
Ah, congratulations. That was very
Thank you.
encouraging. Thank you for that video.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes. The question was asked. The question I am asking, and which I'm a bit concerned about, is now that Obaseki is trying to make the state attractive and viable for diasporas to come and invest, what do you think that the government needs to do to make the state economically attractive for us as diasporas to come and invest in the state?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the government has already done done a lot of work. One, the security before the election was quite commendable. If you went home and you saw the security situation compared to the tenure of the man that was there before this governor came, you will really believe that the security situation has improved. Then number two, the governor, if you were following the Zoom programs, the governor welcomed the diaspora to come home and invest. I think right now, let me be very frank with you. I breathe Obaseki. I cannot say I love Obaseki anymore. I breathe Obaseki because Obaseki has done more than enough, and God just proved it to us now. I think it is incumbent on us as diasporians to start thinking what we can do for the state, not what the state can do for us. What can we do for the state? I just came out from another meeting this evening where I was telling them that, hey, look, the opportunity is very ripe right now for diasporans to come into Edo State. If you want to invest, let's just assume the government promised job to the youths. If one diasporan, just maybe call it, maybe just for an example, 1,000 diasporans decide to invest at all, for example, and each of them employ two people.
Yeah.
That's already 2,000 jobs created there. And depending on the area you want to invest in, I think right now with the good business environment, I mean, good business practice, which the governor has established, like for example, if you want to register your company, it no longer take months and months and a lot of amount. No, you just go to the registering company, you know, and you put your name down, and within a week you get your certificate. You know, everything is so digitized that you don't need all those assholes of before. And equally too, if you want to invest into properties, C of O. When I wanted to build a house in Benin during Oshomo last time, I paid 1,250,000 for a C of O, and it took a year for it to come out. But with Obaseki, it's just 50,000, and you are guaranteed that within three months you get your C of O. After they have done their due diligence to make sure you are the owner of the house. So what I'm saying is this: a lot of people are feeling reluctant or somehow because they don't know what is there for them. But what I'm saying is that we have in place a government, as far as I'm concerned, that meets all the standards for investors to invest. I don't know if I've answered your question, Mr. Ronnie Jacobs.
Well,
if I'm permitted to comment, Joe Brown, can I?
Hello.
Can I reply?
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
I can hear you loud and clear. I just want to ask the moderator if I can reply because.
Mr. Jacobs.
You said.
I said in response to what you have said, because I personally I run a charity and we run a health center in Benin, and we've been doing that for the past 4 years. and I am based in the UK, and we employ quite a number of people. And I have experienced the change in the dynamics and in the comfort between when Obaseki has come into government. So I am not actually speaking against Oshomole or speaking against Idele-Ero or speaking against Buhari. I'm just expressing exactly what has happened since over the past 3 years. However, there has been some good shift in terms of the ease, because we're building a hospital, and I can see the ease in building that hospital. So any diaspora that is watching, I'm not just talking out of because I love Obaseki or I love the new governance. I am talking out of what I have experienced. I remember when we first, 5 years ago, when we started the building, when you put sand on the floor, you have to pay for sand. When you bring the truck, you have to pay for the truck. When the workers come to the land, you have to pay for shovel and pay for her pan, and all that stuff were a challenge. And since that has been removed, it has eased the burden on international investors. However, the challenge that I see is, which I hope that somebody in diaspora and government is watching, that they need to, Obaseki is a technocrat. And as a technocrat, he attracts people with sound mind to invest in his vision. The Bible says, write your vision, make it plain, so they that read it will run with it. He has written a vision, and everybody within the government needs to run with that vision. He alone cannot run with that vision. It is not what Obaseki can do for us, it's what we can do for those states. And the beginning, the foundation of that is to make the information available. So that when I go to the government website, for example, and I want to check about agriculture or education or welfare or any department or any ministry, all the information that I need should be there. The access people that I need, the information, the details of how to start or how to do those things should be there. Even if I'm in China or Zimbabwe or anywhere, this is the foundation. But this can only happen if we diasporas decide to work and encourage the government and challenge the government. When I say challenge, I mean positive challenge, because he does not know everything. We own it as diasporas because of the love that we have for our state to challenge this ministry to say, listen, why don't you have this information? Why are you not making this information available? We want to put our money into the government, into our state. So as I repeat, and I say this at the beginning of the show, and I'll say it again, we as diasporas have a responsibility now to develop our state. And to do that, we have to have a positive challenge on the government to say, listen, I want to come to Sakomba Road, I want to build a school. I need to be able to go online and do all these things online without calling somebody in my state that will take 3 months to process one document. These are all the things that the government needs to do, but we as diasporas have the responsibility to challenge and make that change. Let's not wait for Obaseki to make the change. We have that responsibility. It's our job now to say, listen, he has done the best, he has fought the fight. Now we need to run the race. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Ronnie, for that response. I have Chris still on the line here. Chris, can you please introduce yourself to the people? Chris. Chris, are you still there?
He's muted.
Okay, he is muted. Yeah, I can't. I think he's probably doing something in the background. I don't know. Okay, Ambassador Owaifu. Oh, Chris. Chris, are you there?
Oh, can you all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you all hear Chris, please?
Oh, I actually am struggling with the network. The network is not very good over here. But I'm struggling to actually I was struggling to hear Ronnie speak. And I don't know.
Okay, I think we lost him again, probably to the network. Okay, I'm going to let the ambassador come in this time around. And
if I'm playing.
Oh, okay. Can you hear us? Chris, can you hear me? Can we all hear Chris? Ambassador.
I can hear him.
Ronnie, can you hear him? All right. Okay. Mr. Ambassador Wifo, please. You heard the response from Ronnie Jacobs.
I hear you.
Okay. Okay. It looks like he's still trying to.
Glow. Put on the glow for me.
Hello, Chris. Okay, Ambassador, let me come to you while he's working on his network over there. You know, we have been here, you know, every time talking about, before this election, we talk about many things. Now is after the election. We are now looking at the expectation of the people from the re-elected Governor Obaseki. So, what should we expect? What should the people, you know, of Edo expect from this governor, having given him overwhelming a mandate for the next 4 years? Ambassador Wifo.
What to expect is this: you just go by what he was able to do in his first term, despite all the distractions and all the problems caused by the enemies of the state who don't want any good thing. Now, this time, Godfatherism has been buried, and he has all the time now. So without any distraction, I'm expecting that more projects will take off. I'm expecting these institutions will be put in place. You know, viable institutions will be put in place that, just like what the last speaker was saying, there's still a lot to do about civil service training, about other sectors of the economy. And I'm very, very sure that the governor with his mega agenda would take the state to a different level. Because if you study that agenda very well, and knowing Obaseki from what he has done before, if those things in the agenda are fulfilled and followed, I think the next 4 years will be very magical for the people of Edo State. Okay. That's what I think.
Well, that is good. Now, we just talk about what has been on ground, what he's been doing, and what you think, you know, that will happen in the next 4 years. Basically, I think I will join you. I will join you to say that, you know, everything boils down to knowing what you are doing. If you are prepared, you know, to take leadership in an office, if you're prepared to take leadership in an office, you should also be committed, you know, with that selflessness, you know. So I don't see any responsible person who want to lead the people and then leading them astray. You know, there is a reason, there's a purpose for you going there as a leader, chosen as a chosen leader to lead the people. There's a reason and there's a purpose for that. But a lot of people have been doing the wrong thing. I must tell you this, in Nigeria, like I said earlier, you know, they go in there to take care of themselves, you know. I mean, they've been selfish, you know, so they're selfish. But this time around, we have, God has given us, you know, God has given us a good, you know, person who has the interest of the people at heart. He has proven that in these past, you know, I mean, the first term. Basically, I mean, he impressed the people. That's the reason why they gave him the overwhelming mandate. So, and we should expect more, because they say to whom much is given, much is expected. We should expect more from him in the next 4 years. He's not going to perform, magic, but whatever is available, the resources available to him, we believe as a people, you and I here, and many who collectively gave him the mandate, we believe that, yeah, he can do more. If he's able to do this, I'll tell you this one now. This man has been disturbed for over a year by the so-called wannabe godfather, or the emperor, who has been ousted both at the national level and the state level. We can say this now because the election is gone. This is no longer a campaign. Well, I don't see any reason why one man want to just put himself all over the place doing the wrong thing, which he doesn't realize. So, but this time around, the people have proven him wrong on that side of it. That he's not God. The voice of the people has spoken. Now, my point is, the governor now have another 4 years to himself to perform. There are a lot of areas he has probably not touched, and there are some areas he has touched that need to be completed. Ambassador Uwefu, it looks like we are both left here now. I think Chris is back. Chris, if you can hear us, please let us know so that we can allow you to have a chance to speak, okay? Ambassador Uwefu, in the next 4 years, is now the new focus. The people are expecting much from the governor, and you have been outstandingly. You have done a lot of things that is outstanding out there. You have represented yourself and the people very well. I heard Ronnie Jacobs talking about, he hasn't met you, even me, I haven't seen you, but we have seen your handwork everywhere. You have been putting out video there, educating the people and all that. This time around, we want you to put your voice out there on what is expected of the governor and his deputy and his team generally. So, again, I'm going to ask you the question. I have asked it before. In the next 4 years coming, what do you think the governor should focus on in the state? Ambassador Uwefu.
Well, the thing is this. We are dealing with a visionary leader, a man whom I believe, with the grace of God in him, will outperform his first 4 years. Now, I expect the governor to put square pegs in square holes and put round pegs in round holes. What do I mean? In selecting his administration, he has to make sure that he gets the right people. And also, the diaspora is a very the diasporans have they have skills, a lot of it, and I think that the governor should liaise with them more, should talk with them more, should get some people with skills in the diaspora to be involved in his government. And getting all that together, I'm sure that he will be able to achieve all the things laid out in the mega manifesto.
Okay.
It starts from putting square pegs in square holes, if you know what I mean, and round pegs in round holes. We don't want, it will be very disastrous if this time the governor starts his administration with the wrong people in the wrong hole, visionless people who just want to pose with the position without working for it. They have to be people that have the same vision, the same drive, like the governor. The governor is a leader, has all the qualities of a leader. A leader is one who knows the way, who knows how to get to the destination, and who knows how to bring the people along with him to get to the destination. So I'm very, very confident that if everybody do their part, we are in for a utopia in the next 4 years. The diasporans should do their part. You know, they should do their part. And what is their part? The governor has his, if you check Facebook, he has his WhatsApp page, he has his website, he has his Facebook page. You can leave comments there. And I tell you the truth, the governor reads everything. You might think that he doesn't. He reads everything. So you can leave a message there, like he was saying. If you want to ask about agriculture, if you want to, I believe in the first 1 year, there will be the website where at the click of a button, you can get any information you want about Edo State. But what I'm saying, the governor cannot do it alone, just like you have said. He cannot. He is but human. Every Edolite, this is the time to think of what you can do for your state and not what your state can do for you. And like I've always made it clear, if the diasporan businessmen and established diasporan people with skills, if they want to invest back home, I've always made it clear, their investment, they are not for their Christmas. They are investing in order to have a profit. So the enabling environment must be made for them to be able to have a profit. You can't just say people should come and invest and then the enabling environment is not there. In fact, this is why I'm very encouraged. Myself, I must tell you, after COVID, it's just COVID that is keeping me. Immediately the COVID finish, I'm going home. That is the truth. I've already prepared myself because the hour is now. There is no other time in the history of Edo State that is as conducive as what we have now. So if you people in the diaspora, you prefer to ask so many questions and you are feeling reluctant and all that, well, people like us, we are rushing home. Maybe by the time you now make up your mind to join us, you just come for the crumbs from the table. That is the truth. This is, I'm not saying this is the time. I'm saying this is the hour to support your government and invest to make a profit. This is the time. That's what I'm saying.
Well, thank you, Ambassador Wefo. You have raised some valid points there that call for concern. The main reason I can tell you, if I'm speaking the mind of the diasporans, for people joining hands together collectively to ensure the victory of the governor at the polls, those from the, I'm speaking about those, you know, in the diaspora, is many of us here, many people are already tired of staying here, being isolated from home. The people at home have hijacked the system. They have hijacked the system such that even when you visit home, people complain. I received that on my show. I received a lot of complaints that, you know, when you visit home, you are insecure. You know, I mean, you're going home is, you know, I mean, instead of you having a good state of mind, resting and, you know, having fun, you know, feeling your people and all that before you return back. But you are feeling unsafe. You are not safe because of those who has taken over the government. You know, and I mean, not even the government, they have created a lot of, you know, anti-government, you know, things going on in the state with the support of the government, the previous government. I'm not talking about this government. So that's why we are happy that somebody who had the interest of the people has, has finally come to say that, oh, don't be worried, come home. Now, my question on this is, you are saying that people should go home now and invest because we are now sure we have a government, we have a governor that listen, that is creating, enabling environment for the people to come and invest and all that stuff. I'm also saying maybe you are close to the governor and the government. You probably need to echo this, that there could be some, he can make a good selection of, of his team and pick out some, like you said earlier. There are some people who has technical skill, who has different skills that can contribute, to his government, to be successful anyway. So that aside, and then coming home to invest, as you said, I'm not going to put the fear on the people. I'm going to remove it from them because there is no more fear. The lions and tigers have been caged, and they are going to remain caged. If you cannot cage, yes, if you cannot cage them, then there is problem. So if they are already caged, starting from the head to the bottom of the lions and tigers, so that people will no longer be afraid that when they come home, they're going to be embarrassed or harassed. That is the only time our people will now be sure going home with the mind that, yes, I'm going to a free zone, not a war zone no more, as created previously by the past administrations. So we are grateful to God for bringing us Governor Obaseki, and to join you to encourage those in the diaspora to accept these gifts from God. That, yeah, people should be prepared to go home and make their own contribution. Yes, that's how it is supposed to be. Actually, we are not in exile. Those in the diaspora, we are not in exile. We're just here to, take care of our family, staying away from home, to be safe. But now that we have a safe environment with this governor, I'm encouraging everybody to join Ambassador Wifo based on what he has said, that they should go home and invest. Instead of leaving your investment, abroad, overseas. You can as well go home and invest to benefit your people. Okay, Ambassador Wifo, we are still here together. It looks like Chris is still unable to speak because of his network, so we don't know what's going on with his network. So hopefully before the end of the show, he can come back in. All right, now, Ambassador, the governor has done well in terms of asphalting roads, not only in the state capital, going across the state. He has done pretty well, the initiative on the education. He has done pretty well in that area. The infrastructures, can speak for themselves. We have seen the Samuel Ogbemundia Stadium transformed to Olympic standard. The secretariat that was abandoned for many decades has come back alive. He has transformed all that. So then we have also talked about the light issue, the power issue. He has worked on that. We have heard about the refinery, and then the Idele-Ero port. On the Idele-Ero port, I don't know. I have not visited Idele-Ero, lately. Probably when I go home, I think I will try and visit that area to see what is going on there. What do you think can be done? Because without Idele-Ero, coming, if he's able to do it and open it up, it will be a hub, to a lot of things. Because you cannot overrule the importance of a seaport in any nation, especially when it is in our doorstep. That would be an advantage. So what do you think you need to do regarding that particular project?
The truth of the matter is this. Let me correct one impression a lot of people get about me. They say that maybe I'm close to the governor, Some people are even saying the governor gave me some millions. I was laughing. You see, this whole thing has been done because of my passion and love for my Edo people. And I must say, through your forum here, that I don't owe any politician, living or dead, any cent. I've never been given one kobo by anybody to do what I'm doing. I'm doing it because I have a passion for my people. I'm doing it because of Baseki carries a grace, and I want that grace to rub off on me. And I'm doing it because here is a man who has been able to do what others could not do in 3 years, despite the distractions, despite the hatred against this person. He has been able to do all that. So that is why I'm fighting with everything I have. Because if the state is good, it will be good for all of us. So what I'm trying to say here is this. What Robin Jacobs, what he was quoting, is from Habakkuk chapter 2. He says, write the vision down so that those who see it will run with it. He said, even though it tarry, do not be weary, for it is for an appointed time. If you want to invest in Edo State, don't just think that it's sport betting. Don't just think you just put your money, you don't put the structures down, you return back to Europe, and you expect the people at home to be able to look after your investment. No. Write what exactly you want to achieve. It starts with that first. Write it down. When you've written it down, you know the cost and everything, then you now find out the processes of your being able to establish what you want to establish. In fact, like I told you, I said I'm going home because the people at home, they are having it sweet because you have all manners of assistance, both from the federal government, both from banks. Like I just give an example right now. The Bank of Industry, where the First Lady works, and she's a senior management staff there. You see, they have a program whereby if you come up with, say, $5,000, you say that's your capital. The Bank of Industry will give you exactly what you have contributed, another 5,000. But here is the sweet part of it. That 5,000 will be given to you at the rate, interest rate you will pay is 3% per annum, not per month, not per week, per annum, 3%. That's what you pay on that capital, 3%. And I think it's even lower than that interest rate. Is even lower, far lower than the banks.
Thank you very much.
I'm in now. Joe, please, I'm in.
Real quick,
Joe,
I
can hear you. I have a better network now, please.
Okay,
Joe.
I see.
So if you want to ask your questions, ask your question.
Okay, Chris has just logged back. I was going to say that. Ambassador, I thank you so much. I'm going to pause you for a minute and go to our brother Chris, who have been having a hard time with his network. Now it looks like he has a better network to join us. Chris, will you please introduce yourself to our viewers and our listeners, out there?
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Chris Onobus. I am actually with LDS Charities. LDS Charities is a US-based organization and is into charities. I'm equally a trustee with lift above cancer in Nigeria. I work directly with Ronnie. We've been able to impact a lot in when it comes to health issues in Edo State, Delta State. We've been actually across some of those communities doing a lot of things, conducting free medical health, providing medical things to the communities. We've worked in conjunction with NMPC and some other organizations. And I want to say we've been actually encouraged by the condition we met on ground based on the present government. They've actually given us that safe condition to be able to operate. I want to say I've heard so much. I don't know if you want me to speak about, let me say, security in Edo State and things like that. Would you want me to speak on that?
Yes, of course. Whatever comes to your mind at this time is open. Please say something about that, the security. Yes.
Okay. I want to say something. I'm not a politician. I don't belong to any of the parties. I don't believe in politicians. But if you see one that is actually striving to deliver what the people want, then you can actually give that the support he needs. I understand before Obaseki came in, there has been a lot of skirmishes here and there, called war, insecurity in Edo State. You don't sleep in your house without hearing gunshots and stuff like that. But those things have reduced. You don't hear those things anymore. You look at the situation, I have a couple of friends that came to invest. They invested in agriculture from US and they are doing well. None of them has been kidnapped or anything. I feel that is part of the reason that we are actually doing well. The government is doing what they are supposed to do. The other aspect you said something about you are scared maybe because you don't have structures here. A lot of people have hijacked that. You are not far from the truth. That is the correct thing because the politicians have actually hijacked a lot of opportunities. But I want to tell you that this is a government of nobody. Why did I say that? A government of nobody because nobody stood in and said, we are sponsoring this man. It was the people that gave him the mandate. Nobody gave him the mandate. Though he left APC because he couldn't get it and went to PDP. PDP allowed him that window to be able to come to power. Yes, they gave him that window. But he has nobody he's answerable to. We are not going to start sharing Edo State money with some other people and leave what we are supposed to do. Edo State money will remain in Edo State and it will be for the benefit of Edo people. So a lot of things will, this time around, because I'll tell you that for over 1 year plus, this governor has been in turmoil because they've been dragging him here, pushing him there, pushing him there. So governance was at its lowest ebb. But if you go to Edo State, one thing I love now is when you go to Edo State, these bus drivers and touts that are always misbehaving, they get to traffic lights, they don't obey traffic rules. If you are caught, you go to prison and you still pay 50,000. You spend some days in the prison. That will teach you some lesson. So you go to Edo State, you see the traffic. Mostly in Benin City, it's orderly. You get to the traffic light, everybody waits. That is one thing I love about the state now. Then the other aspect of it is, you look at all these market women struggling, somebody selling pure water. How can you be collecting 500 naira from the person? How much is the profit that comes out of that pure water he sells? But you have touts who collect all this money in the previous, not this guy's government, in the previous government. They gave a lot of things. You go to that ring road, you see so many things. People will take claws into their hand. They will get some people. A lot of things were happening. And if not that God wanted Obaseki to come back so that his hands will be upon the Edo people, it would have been another thing, because all those that actually supported Idele-Ero, I'm not against him. Idele-Ero, it's even a senior cousin to me. That's my grandmother's place. My grandmother's relative. But I want to say that if he had come in, we would have been servicing so many people, and the Edo State would have been sold into different touts and people that will be controlling that state. So if I look at it, somebody just said about the C of O. Before the CFO issue, we had people that they call community development chairman. This, you want to develop your property, you see everybody come here, they seize your properties, they seize the workers' equipment, they put everybody in disarray. They tell you, oh, go and bring 500,000. For development, you want to develop your own property in the community to bring development to that community. They are telling you to go and bring that money. Then you go back. When you renege, that development stops. That area will not grow. That's one of the things that actually hindered Edo State. But since this guy came in, he's been able to work with the Oba of Benin, and those things stopped. If they are caught, you are going to prison. So that tells you that, look, there are certain structures and institutions that you put into place. And when the right person is there, an educated person that knows what he wants and what the people want, you will see everything will be on autopilot. That is what is happening in Edo State currently. So I'm happy he came back. We all just have to support him. The only thing I just want him to understand as the governor of Edo State, it is not by his might, strength, intelligence, or whatever, not by his money. The Lord has ordained him to be there. So he should not trample with the people's choice. He should not trample with their integrity for giving him this second chance. He should actually be a servant to the people. Thank you.
Oh my God! Thank you so much. I wish your network was good enough like this earlier on. I know that the people would have enjoyed your input, your contributions. We are still enjoying it, and we hope that you join us next time we have the show. We welcome people like you with genuine opinion, genuine contributions to this show. That's the reason why we created this platform. It is not a sponsored platform for any political party or any. It is just a platform created to give awareness, genuine awareness and information, to disseminate information to the people. It's a broadcast, so it's totally different from what other people are doing. This one is a broadcast, it's like a radio and television broadcast that we do every Saturday. But by popular demand, we added Wednesday, midweek. But if people have, excuses, or they are not going to be able to show up on Wednesday because of their work or something else, we will always be here on Saturday, starting from 5:30 Nigerian time, 5:30 p.m. and UK time. But here in the US, it's 11:30 a.m. Central Time, US and Canada. And then we also have other people from Europe. They can, just apply their own time. So that is the starting time for this program. We welcome you, my brother Chris. Feel free to join us. I'll be sending you invitation. If you don't mind, let me have your on the chat board. Let me have your information, like your WhatsApp information or your Facebook page. If you are not already on my Facebook page, I will appreciate if you share that with me, so I can always extend invitation to you to join us on this program. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are about running up the show. Ambassador Wifo, are you still there? Ambassador Wifo, are you still there, sir? Okay, I don't know if he's hearing me. Ambassador Wifo, please unmute yourself.
I'm hearing you.
Okay, good.
I was trying to unmute myself.
Okay, I already did. Okay, we can hear you now. So we are about to round up the show so that we don't bore people out there listening to us. You guys have given a very, very, very vital and useful information out there to those in the diaspora, that they should not be, first of all, what is so important here is that they should not be scared, going home to join hands, to join forces with the governor, to make his effort worthwhile for this, overwhelming mandate he has gotten. And we believe that it's a gift from God. So he's somebody who listens. He's somebody who We work with anybody with, with valid information and contribution towards the development of our state, Edo State. So like I said, as we're about to round up, Ambassador, I want you to go ahead and give us your last word on today's show. Please don't forget that the time remains the same for the show every Saturday. If you miss the midweek show, please show up on Saturday to help us out. We rely on your very vital and useful information to the people. The same thing with our brother Chris, who just joined us today. And Efinefo also, I think he has exited, but he has done pretty well. So to round up, Ambassador Waifu, what's your last word here?
Okay. To round up, I would still like to apologize to all the subscribers for my lateness. Network was terrible, but I tried, and I'm glad I still made this program. Now, what I'm saying is this. I'll just summarize it. 1, President Roosevelt of America from 1933 to 1945, he made it very clear. He said, the only thing to fear is fear itself. The only thing to fear is fear itself. And a lazy man blames his tools. People should stop being afraid. Take the first step. Go home. There is a conducive environment now for investments. Let us all put our hands on deck and contribute in our own area of specialization to help this government. And I said before, and I say again, and I'll continue repeating, as John F. Kennedy said, think not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. So I will coin that to say, think not what Edo State can do for you, but what you can do for Edo State. Let's stop the fear. Let's stop the talking and the, let's just support the government, support Obaseki. If you love Obaseki, you have a passion for your state. Like I said, this is the hour, not even the time, the hour to go and invest at home. Thank you.
God bless you, sir. Mr. Chris, your last word, sir. Are you still there?
I'll mute him.
Okay. Mr. Chris? Chris, can you hear me?
Yes, Joe.
Okay, good.
I'm here.
Please give us your closing remarks here for today. Like I said, please don't forget to join us again next Saturday. We appreciate your joining us every Saturday if you have the chance. But you are already aware of the time. It is it's showing right now on the screen. It is 5:30 p.m. UK and Nigeria time, and then 11:30 a.m. Central Time, US and Canada. Every other person can apply those time to fit their own. Please give us your closing remarks.
All right, Joe, I'm really grateful. I really appreciate your effort. I want to say that this is really awesome to have you guys organize or host a program like this. Please find a way to put things together and let's form a force to be able to address some of these issues with the state government. Let them hear our voice. I'm not asking the government to give me contracts. I'm not asking the government to give me money. I'm only asking the government to make the Edo State a conducive place for every Edoite to have peace and be able to do their trade and actually profit from it. That's what we are asking for. Nobody is coming from the US, from the Europe to come and ask the state government, we need money or we need contract. We are coming to invest. So if they are coming to invest, they need the support of the state government to make everywhere conducive. You cannot give all those Chinese men, some of them that are artisans in China, 10 mobile policemen to guide them They wear bathroom slippers. They put on shorts, look very haggard, smoking, and you leave your own brothers, the Nigerians, that those state people, you don't provide that security for them. No, it will not happen. So that is one of the things we will make Edo State government to understand. I want to say that I have so much respect for the deputy governor. He is a true loyalist. Being Oshomole's boy, he did not for one day blink. I respect that guy so much. And those are the kind of people that we need. People that will stand by you and not betray you. So right now, the government should stand by the people because they stood for the government. They stood for Baseki while he was contesting. So it should stand by them to make sure it protects Edo people and give them every necessary thing. We should not say thank you because you've come to build a school for us or you've come to install borehole. That is our tax money. That money we paid. It's not. We shouldn't be dancing and organizing funfair. That is the mistake most Nigerians make. I don't know why somebody comes to you'll be dancing as if the governor has brought out his personal money to come and do that. No, we should stop that. We should be able to understand that this is our right. It is part of what we deserve to actually enjoy in this democracy. So if that is it, we'll go a very long way. But please, Joe, I want to beg you, put everybody together. All those you need to get them together. Then one of these days, let us try and get across to the media person, to the state governor, and see how he can equally inform them that this thing occurs. Let's send a Zoom message to them. Let them listen to what the diasporans are saying, what people even in Nigeria are saying about them. They'll get to, if you are dancing, it is not you that will say, I know how to dance. It is those watching you. And we are those watching you. We need to tell them that this is how to, that you are dancing well or you are not dancing well. He will do very well if he has the listening ear. Thank you once again, Joe. You are a great guy. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much, my brother Chris. With that, we are coming to the end of the show today. The Joe Brown Idele-Ero show happening live on Facebook, and we're also available on YouTube. Go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. It is www.youtube.com/user. User is USER /Joe-Ero JOEERO 100. That's our YouTube channel, and once again, I want to appreciate everybody that showed up today as my guests and members of the diaspora. Hello?
I'm so sorry.
Okay, so and I want to appreciate everyone. Ambassador Matthew Waifo from Tanzania. I appreciate you so much for coming to the show every time. And my brother Efinefo Edmond, I appreciate you. I appreciate our brother who just joined us today, and hopefully he's going to be joining us every Saturday for this show. We want to share ideas, genuine ideas, so that the people can be aware. Mr. Chris, thank you for joining us. I forgot your last name. I'm sorry. If you don't mind, correct me if I'm wrong. What's your last name, sir, Mr. Chris? Mr. Chris, are you still there or you gone? I guess you're gone.
I'm here. My last name is Onobuge. Onobughe.
Onobuge, okay. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate your time and your coming in. Hopefully, you join us again. I don't want to ask you if that will be a promise, but I hope that you will join us next Saturday. You have made a useful suggestion. Thank you so much for that. Now we also want to give give tribute to our regular members who could not show up today for one reason or the other. They were unavoidably absent. They have been very useful to this program. I'm talking about people like the only lady in the house, our lady Layo Omori from Boston, Massachusetts. She didn't show up today. We also have our brother Semi Erio, also from Boston, Massachusetts. He could not show up today. We have our brother from California, Mr. Osa Omori. He could not also show up today. We have Ray Agatise from the UK. he gave excuse that he was working, which is fine, you know. That's what we are here in the diaspora to do, to work and be able to support our family. Because we have never relied on the government back home. So that's why we are here, struggling for ourselves. But now we are hoping that with the new government, according to what you guys are suggesting, that we cannot go home. Because the coast is clear, we cannot go home without fear to invest and join hands with the, partner with the government to move our state forward. Thank you so much once again. I will see you guys back on Saturday. Do not forget, I need your birthday wishes and prayer. Tomorrow is my birthday. Tomorrow, the 27th of September, is my birthday. And thank you so much, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, thank you so much. God bless you. Yeah, God bless you. And I will see you back on Saturday next week. Enjoy the music of
God now is having a Zoom meeting with all the Diasporians tomorrow to say thank you.
Oh,
the link is
sorry, I didn't get that. I didn't catch that. Can you please?
That's why I've been saying please. I just thought I should say it in your program.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Is having a thank you tomorrow to everybody in the diaspora.
Okay.
He will be appearing by Zoom.
Okay.
And I'm going to send you the link, Mr. Ero, so that you can send it to your contacts.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I think I missed that when I was talking. I'm sorry. The music was playing on the background, and I was also giving my own roundup speech here. So, okay, we just heard that the governor will be giving a thank you to especially those in the diaspora. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It's to those in the diaspora, yes. It will be giving a thank you tomorrow to everyone in the diaspora for the good job that they did.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to spread that out. Like you said, please send me the link so I can, also send it to my contacts so that everybody will join that program. What time is it, sir?
Tomorrow is supposed to be, let me just see quickly. Sorry, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Yes. Tomorrow is supposed to be on the 27th, Sunday 27th, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. You can work it from there.
Oh, yeah, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. That's cool. That will be 11 a.m. U.S. Central Time, 11 a.m. U.S. and Canada. That's North America, Central Time, U.S. Canada. Please, if you are listening to this program, the governor will be on air tomorrow on Zoom. And Ambassador Wifo has promised to send me the link. I will equally share it with everyone.
I've sent it, sir.
Go. Thank you so much.
Already.
Thank you so much. So I will share that with everyone, and so that it will go across those in the diaspora to join that program tomorrow. It's a Zoom meeting featuring the governor to say thank you for the job you guys did. The job well done. It was not by himself alone. Those in the diaspora, a lot of us, we all collectively joined our effort, and it yielded good dividend by re-electing our governor, Godwin Obaseki, and his deputy, Felicia Ibu. So tomorrow will be an opportunity for you to receive that thank you from the governor in the Zoom meeting, 11 a.m. Central Time, U.S. and Canada, and then it will be 5 p.m. Nigeria and UK time. If I'm not mistaken, that should be the time right there. So join tomorrow on that Zoom meeting. I will give out the link to everyone in my contact, and we'll spread it out. Let everybody join that meeting. Thank you so much once again, Ambassador Matthew Wifo and my brother Chris. I will see you guys back on Saturday, same time, for another program of Joe Brown Idele-Ero Show. God bless you and have a blessed week ahead.
God bless you too.
the land. My purpose land. My purpose land. Africa, my purpose land. Now, hear me. We are no fools on the heat. My people are no fools on the heat. You must let my people go, so we can rule from Cape to Cairo. You must free my people's hands, so we can rule our purpose land. I wanna know who owns the land. Who wanna know who owns the land? Okay, now listen carefully. Chinese are ruling the Chinese land. Japan is ruled by Japanese. England is governed by Englishmen. America is governed by Americans. So, Africa must be ruled by Africans. I wanna know who owns the land. We must rule from Cape to Cairo. We must rule our purpose land. I say, we want to know who owns the land. I want to know who owns the land. Ask them. Hey, Papa's land. Papa's land. Papa's land. Must be free. Angola wants to know who owns the land. Mozambique want to know who owns the land. Namibia want to know who owns the land. I say, someone want to know who owns the land. Zimbabwe want to know who owns the land. African freedom fighters want to know who owns the land. Purpose land. Now listen to the history. With the years since creation. With the years since creation. What a wonder. Since the time of sun and sand. Since the time of moon and stars. Since the time of air and sea. Since the time of men and things. We must run from Cape to Cairo.
From Oloboto, Idele-Ero, we want to know who owns the land. Edo people own the land. Edo people own the land. Our voice has spoken. We have a governor that listens. Governor of Basaki, this is for you. And the people of Edo State, we thank you for everything that you did. We thank you so much for all that you did. Thank you, Edo people. The celebration continue, the jubilation continue for the freedom of the people. Thank you so much. That's it for today. God bless you. All right, we are closing up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's it. That's it.